Jagat Seth, the Indian Seth whose wealth even the Mughals and the British feared. And where have his descendants disappeared today? Imagine. A power that was neither a king nor an empire, nor did it have an army, nor any weapons in its treasury. Yet Mughal emperors bowed before him. The British government stood in line to borrow money from him. Not crores, not billions, such unimaginable wealth that today's Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Bill Gates would look like nothing in comparison. And the most mysterious part is that today, there is no trace of that family. No one can tell where they went, how they disappeared, and how India's most influential banking dynasty faded away from the pages of history. This is not just a story of wealth. It is the saga of a family that rose from India's soil and made the Mughal throne, the British Empire's veins, and Bengal's politics dance on its fingertips. And when you hear the truth of this story, only one question will arise. If a family could lend money to the world, then who made them bankrupt? Jagat Seth. The name is enough. Jagat means world, and Seth means master of wealth. This title was not given by any king, nor by any British officer, but by time itself. In 18th century India, the power of this name was so immense that silver and gold prices were set according to their will. In Murshidabad, Dhaka, Patna, everywhere, the command of Jagat Seth was law. No deal could happen without their approval. From the coronation of Nawabs to the decisions of the Mughal court, the words Jagat Seth worked like a signature. And it all began in a simple merchant family in Patna, Bihar, where Manik Chand took a small business and turned it into one of the most powerful business empires in history. When Bengal's capital shifted from Dhaka to Murshidabad, Manik Chand moved there too. And this is where the wheel of his fortune began to turn. The Nawab of Murshidabad was so impressed with his financial expertise that he made him the court's private banker and financial advisor. In 1712, Delhi's Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar awarded him the title of Nagar Seth, the most prestigious merchant title of that time. But this was just the beginning. In 1714, after Manik Chand's death, when his nephew and adopted son Fateh Chand took charge, the real history was written. Fateh Chand is the man whom the world today knows as Jagat Seth. Fateh Chand was so influential that East India Company officers would stand upright at the mere mention of his name. The Nawab of Bengal presented accounts before him. The Mughal Empire took loans from him. Historian Robert Ohm wrote, in the Mughal Empire, this Hindu merchant family was the richest and the most powerful. Imagine, a merchant family whose vaults held more cash than the total bank balance of the British economy. Their wealth, in today's terms, is estimated at around $1 trillion, about 8.3 lakh crore rupees. This was not just money, it was power. And this power was so deep that Bengal and India's politics could not move forward without their consent. The Jagat Seths raised banking to a level that wasn't seen even in Europe at that time. They collected the revenue of the Bengal government, kept the state treasury with themselves, handled foreign currency transactions, minted coins, and ran the entire empire on credit. The East India Company traded in India, but the real control over the veins of money belonged to the Jagat Seths. The company could not even fight major wars without loans from Jagat Seth. Many British officers secretly wrote that if the Jagat Seth wanted, the East India Company would go bankrupt within a few months. After Fateh Chand, in 1744 his grandson Mehtab Chand took charge. Under him, the power of the Jagat Seth family reached its peak. Even powerful Nawabs like Alivardi Khan would not make major decisions without consulting them. Mehtab Chand and his cousin Maharaja Swarup Chand were called kingmakers because they decided who would become the Nawab of Bengal and who would not. But when Siraj-ud-Dowlah became Nawab, this is where the most dangerous chapter of history began. Siraj feared the power of the Jagat Seths. The Jagat Seth feared 𝐼𝐸𝐴's erratic style of governance. Tension grew between the two, and this very tension changed the course of India's history. The Jagat Seths conspired with the East India Company to remove Siraj-ud-Dowlah. Mir Zafar was promised the throne. And then in 1757 came the Battle of Plassey, a battle that laid the foundation of British rule in India. People call the Battle of Plassey a military victory of the East India Company. But the truth is that this victory was written not on the battlefield, but inside the vaults of the Jagat Seths. The Jagat Seth provided the financial support that changed Bengal's fate, and also opened the permanent gates of Indian politics for the British. But history does not stop there. In conspiracies, the ones who suffer the most punishment are often the real masterminds. After Plassey, the British began taking full control of Bengal's revenue system. Their eyes were fixed on the immense wealth of the Jagat Seths. Slowly, the company seized most of their lands. The massive loans given to the company were never repaid. The era of the Nawabs weakened. The power of the British grew stronger. And in between, the Jagat Seth were pushed from political influence to economic downfall. The 1857 rebellion was the final blow to this family. The British destroyed every institution that could become a threat to their rule. The Jagat Seth were at the top of that list. Their wealth was gradually taken away, their influence was erased, and the family began to get buried under the layers of history. By 1900, their name had disappeared from public life. No one knows where they settled, how they lived, or where their descendants are today. Some say they began living ordinary lives, some say they moved abroad, and some say the British completely wiped them out. What the truth is remains a mystery even today. Today, their grand mansion near the Hazardwari Palace in Murshidabad still stands, a silent witness. A palace that tells the story of how the embrace of the Seth, who once sat there, could decide the fate of kings. Today, that same palace is a museum. Its walls not broken, but silent. The mansions no longer echo with the clinking of treasure chests. Only a few artifacts remain: old accounting books, gold and silver coins, seals used in the royal court, and a few faded portraits, on which the dust seems to scream that India's wealthiest banker family has vanished even from people's memories. This story is not just about wealth, it's a warning, a reminder that no matter how great the fortune, no matter how vast the power, if time and politics do not stand with you, even the most influential family in the world can disappear into history. The name Jagat Seth still exists in history books, but their legacy teaches the world that money might be power, but no power is permanent. Now the question for you: do you think history was fair to the Jagat Seth? Do people in India even know their story today? And has the richest Indian family in history disappeared forever into the dust of time?
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.